welcome to the show. You were here listening to Yeti Walks into Basecamp. My name is Yeti Legs, and you might notice that we are sans Basecamp. Without Basecamp, I am just doing this little intro and outro recording without her. She is off on a shoot doing what she loves, working in film. So that being said, this is kind of a different format than what we typically do. Typically, we just do installments of our PCT or other hikes, or we'll do interviews with gear companies or other hikers. But this time, we kind of have interviews with other hikers, but what happened is we got together with another couple and then another couple of thru hikers that we know from the PCT. And then we got together with Galena Mountain Project, which is a clothing, really a hiking / outdoor clothing company out of Leadville, Colorado. We love their gear, and so we were able to coordinate with them. And we got some goodies from a company called Farm to Summit, which is out of Durango, Colorado, and they do vegan, vegetarian meals. We love their stuff, so we wanted to see if they would share some love with some hikers. So this whole collection of people and goodness got together, and we did some trail magic for Colorado Trail and Continental Divide Trail hikers this year over in, so it's like around Turquoise Lake, which is really close to Leadville. And we had lots of great people stop by our tent. Galena was handing out some free sun hoodies and hats and things of that nature. So I'm sure that everyone who was able to find something off of their shelves was really grateful, and it probably made their day. I know it would make my day if I was getting free swag and gear after walking out of the woods into a parking lot. And then we had lots of food for them, as trail magic is. And of course, there were drinks to be had. But we were fortunate enough to, not all, but many, in fact, really most of the hikers that came through our trail magic, we got a few minutes, or maybe even more than a few minutes, to sit down to kind of get a really quick interview in, like who they are, what trail they're hiking, and just some of their experiences and why they love to hike. So that's really what this episode is. It is a compilation of all those many interviews that we did with hikers who came through our trail magic. So that being said, I'm going to let you see what everyone had to say. Enjoy.
Okay, so we are here doing trail magic and got a few people helping out. We've got a couple through hikers here. Tell us who you are and what you're known for.
So my wife and I live in Salida. We are up helping do trail magic. I did a lash on the AT in 22, and my trail name is Day Drinking.
I don't think I realized that your trail name was Day Drinking. I thought that's just what you do.
It was dual purpose. It was my first trail magic.
It was amazing. Well, we got two dogs here. We got our dog, and Jillian and Craig have their dog, Maverick.
Dog therapy.
Some dog therapy. Listen, I think that's so important. And let's introduce Craig's wife, or Day Drinker's wife.
Jillian, I have actually never done a thru hike, but I've been introduced to the culture and I love it. And we live in Salida. A lot of thru hikers come through, so we're always shuttling them down from the crest, giving them a ride wherever they need to go, feeding them whatever they need. So we love helping out the culture.
Yeah, it's been great having you guys. Thanks for showing up.
Honorary trail name. You guys figure it out.
I know. We could call you. Oh, okay. We'll think about it. Wesley's so good at actually naming people, so we'll see how that goes.
You can give me an honorary.
Yeah. Okay, we have a thru hiker here. Do you mind being on the podcast? It's called Yeti Walks into Basecamp. It's a thru hiking podcast. But what is your name and what are you doing?
I'm Nikola Mazenk, and I'm thru hiking the CT. Yeah.
Don't have a trail name yet.
Don't have a trail name. This is my first thru hike, so yeah, I hope it's coming.
What has been your high and low so far on the trail?
High, probably the day after Breckenridge, pretty gorgeous. Or even the day before, Georgia Pass was pretty nice too. And I don't know, there hasn't really been any lows yet. Maybe a lack of social. I haven't hiked with that many people, but that's okay too.
Has there been a bubble on the CT yet, I guess? I don't know. When does the bubble start for the CT?
There really is not a bubble.
The bubble's like you have a horde of hikers all hiking together.
Oh, I saw a group of maybe 8 people yesterday just on the side of the trail. Maybe that was it. I don't know.
Well, welcome to the trail. Happy trails. Hope it goes great for you. Seems like it's going well so far.
So far, so good. I complained about this morning with my
Right? Dude, I just going to give a shout out. Galena is giving away, they're doing a giveaway with some of their hoodies, some of their hats, some of their socks, a couple other things too you got over there. So this is David. You guys should maybe know who this is if the episode is released yet at this point. But this is David, a part of Galena. David.
Good morning. Yeah. Happy to be here.
Do you have a trail name?
I don't have a trail name, I'm afraid. But yeah, we're super happy to be out here and supporting this Trail Magic morning. And yeah, brought some apparel for hikers if it's good for them. And yeah, just excited to be out here for the good vibes and supporting people on their hikes.
Yeah, some of the hikers already are super stoked, so this is cool. And I'm picking back up, interviewing more people. We got a couple more through hikers here. Who wants to go first? I've already got Nikola. Man, if only we could actually come up with trail names. I feel like we're not hiking the trail with you, so it feels like we can't. But let me go to you. What is your name?
City Slicker,
And you are hiking,
the CDT.
and you're going Sobo?
Yes.
What has been your high and low so far?
Well, really haven't had a low yet, I guess. Not yet. Every day the scenery gets better and better.
Yeah.
But it also seems like it's gotten harder and harder, but hiking, but the scenery's been better and better. I love when you get above tree line. It's just so beautiful.
It is, yeah.
I'm from Indiana, so it's like nothing you see there.
No way. So is this, do you get City Slicker on this trail or a different trail?
The AT, I did a lash, 900-mile lash on the AT in 21.
Is this your second one then after the AT?
Yes,
Nice, nice. So what has been your high?
just the scenery.
Yeah.
But the two trails are way different. I mean, it's way completely different. The scenery out here is so much better. The AT, you hike for 2 days and see one view.
Yeah.
And here you get views and views every day.
Yeah. I haven't yet hiked the CT, but I've heard it's one of the most beautiful trails on like a lot of the through hikes.
They say it's the most scenic trail,
Yeah.
people say. And
Yeah.
I believe it.
Well, thanks for joining us on our Trail Magic Day. Okay, and I've got someone else here. What is your name and what are you hiking?
I don't have a trail name yet. I'm Isaac, CT southbound.
And is this your first trail or is this like one of your many?
This is my first trail. I'm a seasoned weekend backpacker. Been doing it for like 20 years, but yeah, it's a different beast doing a through hike for more than like 5 days at a time. Way different.
What propelled you to want to do a through hike?
I've always wanted to do one. I just made the time this go around. You know, I said, if not now, then when, you know, fuck it, let's do it.
Hell yeah. Wait, Nikola, I forgot to ask you. What propelled you to do a through hike?
I don't know. It hasn't been very long, but I've wanted to do one for a couple of years, and just had a couple months off in the summer. Well, I made a couple months off in the summer to do this, and yeah, so here I am. I don't know.
Nice. Okay, my other question for you guys that I always love to ask is, how do you save up money to do something like this to make a dream a reality? Because sometimes... Wait, say that again.
A loving wife who supports me. I don't know. Living like a broke college student, making not broke college student money helps as well.
Dude, I did that for my husband last year on the CT, actually.
She's making care packages still for like Twin Lake City and Silverton. So like, because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to want for the end of it. Like my taste will change. And I was like, make something good. I'll let you know in a month.
That's really sweet. Good wife bonus points, brownie points. What about you? How'd you save up for this? Or did you save up?
I didn't really save up purposely for this, but I live a pretty low-cost, low-impact life on a tiny home in a small town on a farm, so it's not too expensive, and yeah, it's easy living.
Okay, there we go. See, I like to know all these things. How did you do this, City Slicker? Did you work and save or just have it?
I'm a retired farmer. So,
yes.
so
You're like, I can just do whatever I want.
yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, retired farmer.
My trail name's so weird is because it's City Slicker, and I've never lived in town in my life.
I was going to say, how did you get that name?
I was on the AT. One day I met some guy down the trail, and he was dressed up like a cowboy. He had blue jeans, a cowboy shirt, a cowboy hat, and he even had cowboy boots on. But he had a pack. And when he come by me, he goes, "Don't let the bears get you, City Slicker." And he said something weird to everybody that on the trail that day. And we get to camp that night, and some guys I hiked with, they all go, "Well, what'd that weird guy say to you?" And I told them, and they go, "Well, that's got to be your name."
And you took it. Yeah. It is pretty ironic and opposite of what you are, a farmer.
They all knew I was a farmer, so they all knew it was ironic, so that's what they give me.
Dude, that's perfect. I love that so much. Okay, so we have Bloom here. If you don't know, Cucumber and Bloom, we actually got to through hike leapfrog the PCT with them. Super cool. They now live in Colorado, which was even better. And we did get to do like 14ers with them last year. Haven't been able to reunite in almost a year. But Bloom, thanks for being here.
Of course. Happy to see you again. It's so fun.
I know.
Get back.
I know. Do you guys have any hikes or trails planned in the coming future?
We got to get out there and do our 14ers because we're slacking this season. But yeah, I think we're backpacking soon and did a short trip with some other PCTers actually a month ago.
Was it tuna juice and Spanx? I think I saw pictures of that. Where'd you guys go?
Oh, I don't know. In the mountains somewhere. It was gorgeous, but
I love that you're like, we just wandered around in the mountains. Who knows where?
drove and started walking, naturally.
That is amazing. Is through hike in your future somewhere? Like even in a couple years? Like, are you planning for one?
Oh yeah, we would love to do the CDT, but trying to save up and it takes time. But yeah, I think it's in the future for sure. So.
Yeah, we're talking about it for next year. Fingers crossed. Hoping. We'll see.
Yeah, well, let's do it together.
Oh my gosh, let's try to make that happen. Yes, please. But anyway, thanks for being here.
Of course. Thanks for organizing this. It's a pretty special thing. So.
I know. For any hikers, through hikers, anyone listening, do you have any thoughts, any feedback, advice?
Enjoy it. We're jealous. Just soak it up while you can. It's hard sometimes, but try to see the silver linings in those moments.
Type 2 fun.
Type 2 fun, for sure. It's the best kind of fun.
It really is. That's what I've been thinking about now that I've been away from it, is how much I miss it. Like, I think I took it for granted on the PCT. I didn't understand how it was going to go so fast,
Yeah, I think with the second through hike too, you realize that more, so then you can kind of, how it works and the feelings and you work through them. So I think you could probably enjoy it a little bit more the second time around.
Yeah, I feel that. Because you realize, like, this is like gold to get to have the opportunity to do it.
Off work and just, the dog, just all the responsibilities of life. But you're like, screw it, let's do it.
Yeah, when can you do it, right? It's like, just take advantage.
I know, enjoy it while you can.
Good words of advice. Thanks.
All right. This is Yeti Legs taking over for Basecamp. She did the first few interviews. We've got another small dump of hikers here at Trail Magic, and I don't want to talk too much, so I'm going to hand it over. What is your name and what trail are you hiking?
My name's Jason. I'm hiking the Colorado Trail right now. Through hiking is the plan. I guess I'm about a third of the way through right now.
How many days have you been hiking?
This is the start of my 10th day. Yeah.
Day 10. And I'm going to ask you what your high and what your low has been. And I'm really curious, are the biting flies bad or the mosquitoes?
They're not great. I'm not loving those. I've section hiked these sections before, and they're definitely worse. But you get another trade-off, which is, I think the bugs come with the rain, but I also think really amazing wildflowers come with the rain. So, like, the wildflowers have been spectacular this year. So that's been really amazing. Lows? Yeah. Low is day 2. I came from couch to trail. I did not do any training. So day 2 was particularly hard, and it was also segment 2 of the CT, which is very exposed. Denver had like a 102-degree day, so it was about 95 probably on the trail. And it was, you're only day 2, and you're like, do I just quit? Like, this sucks so bad. That firehouse on section 2, we had about 15 through hikers just hiding behind it for about 6 hours in the middle of the day. And it was just sort of like, this isn't hiking, this isn't fun, what is this? But that was just a hump to get over, and it was worth it, because then a few days later, you really start to feel trail legs. Yeah. You really start to feel like a rhythm, and it's been great since.
So you get to Kenosha, and then you climb up and over Georgia Pass. And that's like your first exposure to Alpine in Colorado. What was that experience like for you?
That was really amazing. All the sections where you go above Alpine, I'd done them before. So Georgia Pass, and then I can't remember the one out of Breckenridge, and then Kokomo. So I knew that there was like something really special like coming for me on the CT, and it was something that kept me going. Absolutely beautiful. Like I said, the wildflowers were like perfect. I think this season has been amazing for those. So it was really special. But yeah, it was part of it that kept me going. I knew that those would be highlights of the early part of the trail. So those kept me going through the bugs of like Lost Creek and all that.
Oh my God, those Lost Creek bugs are the worst. Last question, what is your favorite piece of gear?
Oh man, I'm not as much of a gearhead as other folks. That's a good question. It makes me have to think. This is probably really stupid, but I just kind of discovered that instead of a big old water bladder sitting in your pack, if you hydrate yourself and use yourself as like your hydration. You just camel up, and all you need is like a liter between water sources and like some smart water bottles.
Absolutely.
So it sounds stupid, but like I think you're always learning something when you backpack, and that's something that I just now learned, that you can go so much lighter without carrying a lot of water and doing it with smart water bottles.
Seriously.
So it sounds stupid, but that's it for me.
I think your own body is a great piece of gear to take with you. No, dude, thank you so much. And happy trails on the rest of your hike.
Yeah, definitely.
Cheers.
Okay, so I've got 2 more hikers here. Tell me your name and what you were hiking. Who wants to go first?
My name is Morgan. We're just doing a section hike. I'm going from Twin Lakes to Copper.
And I'm going from Twin Lakes to, where am I getting off? Tennessee Pass, yeah.
Nice. So what has been a high and low you've had so far as you've been hiking the trail?
High has been seeing Morgan get so excited about all the mushrooms. We found so many cool mushrooms, and it's just really exciting to see her just nerd out on which types are what.
Thank you. Yeah, hell yeah.
How many morels have you found?
None. No morels. A lot of porcinis, but I haven't been looking that hard. I've just kind of been looking on the side of the trail.
That's fair.
But I'm glad I haven't found morels yet, because then I don't want to take them all, and that's a lot more weight and things I have to keep up with. So I'm hoping at our campsite tonight that I can find some edible mushrooms.
One more question.
Yeah.
Do you carry a stick of butter for sautéing with you?
No, I don't have any oil actually. So now we have a problem.
Oh, you should.
I don't have any oil at all. When are we gonna? I can't find mushrooms now. Yeah.
Like, maybe we have some oil over here if you want to grab some.
There's a little pouch of oil in there, but it's like tuna in oil. So yeah.
So is this like your first endeavor on touching through hiking, or is this just like, I really miss it and I want to get back out there?
Really miss it when I get back out, want to quit and just stay out here forever, but, have to be a weekend warrior at the moment.
Yeah, I've done quite a bit of section hiking as well. Definitely just missed it. I guess to go back to kind of the high-low thing, my low would probably be my current life mental state. So that was kind of what got me on the trail. Was I just need to be removed and out of my head, or really in my head. But yeah, so it was really just I gotta get out in nature and do it, and it worked out well with making it work with her schedule.
So do you guys, have you done through hiking any other trails?
I spent a few weeks on the Appalachian Trail, and then I've done a couple other sections of the Colorado Trail.
And then I've done a couple sections of the Appalachian as well, and then most of my hiking has been international.
What trails?
A lot in Patagonia, so Torres del Paine, W Trek, and just hanging out around there, finding different 3-4 day hikes. Yeah.
Amazing. Now, my last question, and if you have any, you can ask them, but next through hike that you want to plan or you're dreaming towards?
Oh, I just want to get back on the Colorado Trail in 3 weeks after I finish some life stuff that I have to do. I'm already thinking about so where's it going to be good in September? And how do I get Laura back on the trail with me?
Doesn't take much to get me back on the trail. Done. Easy. Already back on.
Yeah.
Here. More vacation days.
Right. Yeah, so she lives in Denver. So I'm thinking ooh, we could, later in the fall start in Denver and start heading west. Yeah. We're also doing it opposite of everyone, which is kind of interesting.
You're going Nobo.
Yeah. Just the way it worked out, it was really convenient for me to just be able to hike into Copper. That's where my van is and people I know.
Also a lot more encouraging passing people and seeing their faces rather than their backs. You gotta say hi, you gotta have an interaction.
That's true.
And backpacking, passing someone from their back, you don't get to see much. You don't get to see their mental state.
Yeah, we're not getting as much as the trail family situation, but you get a lot more interaction of just passing each other.
Yeah.
Ooh, one more question. What is a piece of gear? Is that what you were about to ask?
No, I was going to say, I love passing people from behind because it makes me feel like a badass.
I'm super slow, so we always get passed. I don't either. When he hikes with me, it's he's just we're getting passed. But okay, another question is, what is a piece of gear that you cannot live without?
My sketchbook.
Oh.
Yeah, so I bring my watercolors with me, and it's a nice little thing to look forward to, especially take way too many pictures of flowers and mushrooms, and so draw those at the end of the day.
Well, I've never used a bivy, but someone told me I should bring one, and I used it for the first time last night, and it was kind of a game changer. Really? Because my dog can fit in it with me. and she can't in my sleeping bag. So I'm still in a tent, but it was just kind of like for the warmth purposes. And I was like, all right, I could get used to this. Yeah. I don't know if it's like something I can't live without, but I did have a profound experience with it last night that I'm like, okay, this is good. We like this.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, but really, I think my main is my camelback bladder. I have been pretty tied to my camelback bladder for like 10 years. And I know so many people that hike without them or bike without them. And I'm just like, it makes things so much easier.
It's so funny you said water because this last guy that I interviewed, he said his body. He camels up. And that saves him so much water.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Sure. See,
his own body cameling up.
I'm the total opposite because I'm like, I want access to water at all times. And like, especially when backcountry skiing, it's like, I don't want to have to stop and open a water bottle.
I don't want to have a moment where I have empty water. Like, that scares me.
It is scary.
Me too. I feel that. I would rather have the pain of carrying it than the pain of knowing that I don't know where I'm going to get it next. Like, no. Yeah.
All right, you have a question?
I do have a question, just one question. You're hiking together. Have you ever wanted to wring the other person's neck? Have you gotten fed up with each other yet?
I don't think we've been at it long enough.
We haven't been at it long enough. I will say, the last time I took Laura into the woods, she was sick all night long, which, you know, there's a reason. But I am just so stoked that she was willing to come back out into the woods with me. Really.
Yes. Well, it's always a good time with Morgan, even if you're throwing up the entire night, you know?
The weather was looking really shitty, and I was like, man, I just am worried about traumatizing Laura anymore. But it turns out she's done a lot more hiking in extreme conditions than actually I have, so it's all worked out.
Well, hopefully neither one of you have to hike anymore in extreme conditions. Hopefully the weather stays bluebird skies with a few clouds. Thank y'all for taking some time to be interviewed.
Badass shirt.
Dude, thank Galena Mountain Projects for that. Yeah, little plug, shameless plug. Well, happy trails. All right, we have another hiker here. What's your name?
My name's Hunter. Don't have a trail name yet.
Okay. Hunter, what trail are you hiking?
So I'm hiking this CT, the Colorado Trail. I am section hiking from Copper Mountain, so the start of segment 8 to Highway 114. That's the start of segment 18.
If that's not the right segment, we're going to have to slash all of this. Oh, false information. But really curious, 3 things. High of the trail so far, low, and you're hiking in a kilt. I would like you to talk about that.
So I did the first 7 segments last year. One of the best things I got to see was just meeting all these thru hikers and different people and their journeys and where they came from. A lot of foreigners last year, a lot of kind of locals and U.S. people this year. And yeah, it's been really, really beautiful kind of meeting people and kind of leapfrogging and seeing them at one point, catching up with them at like a campsite or at lunch. And that's been really dope. I would say the toughest part for me right now is still don't have my trail legs. So I'm kind of today and tomorrow, I'm hoping that'll be kind of the start of actually getting them and pushing some miles. I pushed pretty hard the first day, so I was pretty beat. My legs were... Did about 19 the first day. Yeah. Yesterday was like 16, so I kind of maxed out and was like dead. But hoping to do some more today. Yeah, I think some of the uphills have been pretty rough, but...
that climb up Georgia Pass is fun.
Yeah. And Kanoko and all that too.
Kokomo.
Kokomo, thank you. I'm always mixing up. Yeah. That one's a blast too.
It's so beautiful up there.
It's stunning.
Did you have the Marmot family meet you?
I saw a bunch of them, yeah. Okay. Not a whole family, but like just kind of popping up every once in a while.
For sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right on.
And how about that kilt you got?
Oh, so I'm Scottish and Irish, so like I grew up kind of wearing them on special occasions and stuff. And one of my last days last year, I saw a dude rocking a kilt on trail, and I was like, that's fucking amazing. I gotta find one of those. And I found a company called Purple Rain Skirts out of, I think, Oregon, and a small little business, but they do skirts, they do kilts, and I had to pick one up, and it's been great. Yeah, I did the trail shorts last year, and they were nice, but nice and breezy with the kilt. It's pretty solid. I forget what the material is. It is kind of just like a running short material, so a little stretchy. It's got some big pockets, and then some kind of tuck away pockets, 4 pockets in total. It's kind of a stretchy elastic waistband too.
Pretty awesome.
I love the thing. They're they're pretty solid. The company's really nice too, like the people. And the best part is, if it gets really windy, you can actually snap these parts and snap it between, so it becomes shorts again.
Perfect.
And you're not flashing everybody on trail. So.
And I know everybody's going to want to know, what do you wear underneath the kilt?
Depends on the day. Usually some merino wool. Maybe I'm free balling it. Depends.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember on the PCT, a guy was hiking it in full-on wool plaid. Yeah, can you imagine?
Not do that. That's like 3 pounds. That's 3 pound kilt right there.
Yeah, it didn't have a sporin on, but pretty close. Cool. Well, dude, thank you so much. Is there anything you want to say to hikers ahead of you or behind you?
Oh man, just enjoy the trail and happy trails. Like, have fun while you're doing it.
Dude, Hunter? Hunter, pleasure, man. Thank you so much. Cheers.
All right. So we have here, take creative liberties. We have here, we have Cucumber, a.k.a. Garrett. We hiked the PCT with him, and Sylvia, a.k.a. Bloom, in 2022. They are here doing Trail Magic with us. So I need to ask, what do you, if anything, get from doing Trail Magic? Is this you like giving back to the hiking community? Are you in some way like living vicariously through other hikers? What's going on here?
I just remember getting Trail Magic on the PCT, and it was always very satisfying and nice and just one of the best things ever. So it's great to be on the other side of it and just be on the other side and provide that satisfaction to the other hikers, because I know how good it feels.
So you did the PCT in 2022. You haven't done any other big thru hikes since then. Do you kind of have the itch? And if so, do you have anything planned in the future? Or are you kind of like in settle down nesting mode right now, trying to figure out life as a young adult?
No, I definitely have the itch. Bloom and I want to do the CDT or the CT at some point. It's just hard to get everything to align to let something like that happen, but we're working towards it. We'll manifest it. We'll make it happen. Hopefully the CDT at some point in the next 5 years or so. But yeah, I mean, it's hard not to have the itch when you go through something like that. I'm pretty sure everybody that does a thru hike wants to do another one.
Yeah.
So
the itch never goes away.
It never goes away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I see Sylvia over here shaking her head profusely. Are you thinking about it? You're thinking about it. Cool. You think you'll ever be a professional photographer?
No.
No? Fair enough. I think one of our favorite pictures was one that you took after Glen Pass. Yeah, that was a really good picture. Here's a question. So we did Glen Pass with you in 22. It took us about 2.5 hours to get down it. And then another tramway came up right behind us, and their first member ran down the path in our boot pack. How did that make you feel?
Well, I was a little disappointed just to see all the work we did, and just, I don't know, just that we had to do all that work. But also at the same time, it was nice because we allowed everybody else to get through smoothly, or you, I should say, allowed everybody else to get through smoothly.
Sure. About died 5 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember seeing you kind of lose your foot once, and that was probably one of the scariest moments of my life.
Of your life?
Of my life, yeah. Seeing you.
He's going down. We're going down, like, for sure.
I know. I was like, we can't lose Yeti legs. That's not good.
Down, like, we're just screwed.
That's funny.
No joke though. When that happened though, I remember looking down and my leg was trembling. My arm was like holding the Issac. I was nervous.
Oh
man.
my god.
Back at me, and I just had like the look of like, I'm not well right now. I am not well.
No, that was such a memorable experience though. It's funny because we really only hiked that one day together on the trail, I think, right?
Yeah, or like hiking with. Yeah.
I think we maybe saw you a couple times, but yeah,
That's about it.
That was like the one day we hiked, but it was such a bonding experience. I feel like.
Yeah.
Like a life or death experience.
Yeah, I feel like just about every day on the PCT is like this huge life or death scenario, and if you're hiking with somebody, you kind of get close with them quickly because you're either best friends or you're enemies, and I don't know many enemies on the trail, so that kind of explains why we've still stayed in contact, and we live in the same state, like 2 hours away from each other. But yeah, cool. Well, thanks for being a part of the Trail Magic. I know everybody here appreciates it. Thank you for manning the stove over here, cooking all the hot dogs and the pancakes. Yeah, I wish y'all could see their setup. They have a table, water canteen, like a giant Coleman burner, actually a giant rubber tub of car camping equipment. It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Glamping all the time.
Glamping. Cool. Well, thanks. So we're here with Justin, one of the co-owners of Galena Mountain Projects. He and his partner Dave have been here just kind of loving on through hikers and folks here at the Timberline Trailhead in Leadville. And we've been giving out free sun shirts, beanies, hats, and really just all the goodness that you can offer hikers. You know, they're not asking anything in return for this. They're kind of just showing love to people. So Justin, I guess I just want to ask you, like, what is this experience for you? Kind of just giving things out to people freely, and like, I don't know, what do you feel about this whole experience?
Yeah, it's been super fun. You know, I didn't really know what to expect. Obviously, being in Leadville, I know that this is a popular trailhead and that thru hikers do come through here. But this morning when I grabbed stuff to bring to give away, I really had zero expectations, and it's been really fun. You know, Britt brought a bunch of our bamboo sun hoodies and gave away just about all of them, which was great just to see like people's joy around like, oh my gosh, this was going to be a slog of a day potentially, and to get something new that's like going to make their lives better is it feels really, really nice, and it feels very tied to our kind of mission of connecting people to the outdoors. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we make guidebooks and that kind of thing, and that's, you know, obviously a way that we can try to get people to like enjoy their backyard or the Leadville backyard. And so this feels like a nice extension of continuing that connection and bringing people joy. So it's been super fun.
Now, I actually love this about you. I've kind of been watching you as we've been here, not to be creepy. Someone will like approach your table and you'll just walk over to them with a smile, like, hey, like, are you from around here? And you'll start to strike up conversation with them. So this is not only you like showing off your brand, but this is you building community, like one conversation at a time too. Is that kind of like what you enjoy doing? Because it seems like it is.
Yeah, no, it's great. You know, I'm often pleasantly surprised at the connections that you end up making, whether that's like downtown Leadville in our shop or being out here at this trailhead is like you meet people and you're gonna have some kind of connection to whatever they're doing. And it's been really fun, both with like the thru hikers, but also just people that are out here for a day hike, you know, and it's so nice to like strike up the conversations with the people that are just out for a walk with their kids going to go like play in a stream. And I feel like I get just as much joy from those connections than I get from the person that's doing the really gnarly hike. It's great to get that human connection of people just enjoying being out here.
For sure. And, you know, at least in the hiking community, from our perspective, the best advertisement is word of mouth for people who use the stuff and who love it and appreciate it. So really glad that you are doing so much community outreach here with all this. And speaking on that, you can go on Galena Mountain Projects website. Just Google the name Galena Mountain Projects and get a 20% discount if you use the code WB20 at checkout. It'll get you 20% off of your entire purchase. But also, if you don't want to shop online, you can go to their shop in Leadville, Colorado, or you have some of your gear being showcased in a new shop. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, it's been really fun. We just started working with a shop that opened up in Salida. It's called Limber Grove, and it's right near the park on F Street. They've got a ton of our stuff there. They also have a store in Breckenridge that they'll start carrying some of our stuff pretty soon. So definitely check them out. Mason, the owner, super nice guy, and just a really neat store. And they support a bunch of local artists and different clothing makers. So definitely check them out and support them to support all the local artists and people that make things.
Awesome. Dude, thank you so much for coming out here and bringing your event tent. We would have been exposed to the elements otherwise. And also thanks for just the time and attention that you've paid to everything you've brought out. So cheers to Galena, Justin, and Dave. And you guys are doing great work. Appreciate it. In case you're interested in what Galena Mountain Projects offers, or also Farm to Summit, we've got some discount codes here for you. So I'll start off with Farm to Summit. They are a vegan, vegetarian, dehydrated meal company. And the reason we love them so much is, I mean, you know, we eat meat. We are meat eaters. We are carnivores, omnivores, whatever you want to call it. We love these vegan, vegetarian meals because they're packed full of flavor and they still have a crap ton of calories. And honestly, The fact that they come packaged in a biodegradable bag, which you can still rehydrate and cook your food in, is amazing to us. So you're really filling your body with a whole lot of good calories, lots of fiber, lots of nutrients, and your conscience is clear because remember that bag's going to biodegrade a lot quicker than some of those other conventional bags. If you would like a 20% off discount code, just go to their website, find whatever tickles your fancy, including maybe some of their lattes, but they have a lot of other good stuff as well. Plug in the code FEEDTHEYETI. So FEEDTHEYETI at checkout to get 20% off of your purchase. Now, moving on to Galena, the awesome company that was giving out free sun shirts and other swag at our Trail Magic. Thank you again for being a part, Galena. If you want to go on their website and snag a 20% off code there as well, this one is a little bit easier. All you have to do is plug in WB20. So Whiskey Beta 20 at checkout to get 20% off of your purchase. Now, that does have to be made online. You can't go to the shop and use that code. But if you do go to the shop, you'll see smiling faces, which might actually be better. But they have some pretty solid stuff over there. You're going to find some bamboo sun hoodies that do not retain that pit stank, which is probably our favorite piece of equipment that we have from them. They have a lot of different types of hats, trucker styles, running hats, anything to meet your outdoor needs. And then they have some other swag. And characteristic of Galena is a pearl snap closure or a pearl button. And that is what they use on a lot of their clothing, which really just pays an homage to the Western history of Colorado and specifically to Leadville. So we love that. All right. There are your codes. Happy hunting and hope you can find something you like.
Okay, so we are here with
Lacey Scott.
And Michael Scott.
And do you have any trail names?
Ooh, I'm Chiclets typically because I smile like everyone I see. I smile at really big, and yeah.
That's perfect.
Michael, you?
Stitches.
Stitches.
Because I sew all the things our dogs destroy.
He's constantly sewing our tent because Wallace, who's also with us, and Gunther, but Wallace is the culprit of
pickles.
Feet through the tent.
Oh, okay. To preface for people who can't see this, they have 2 dogs, and one of the trail names of the dog is Pickles.
And Gunther's trail name is Buckets.
Buckets? We need a trail name for our dog. What have we been doing?
They have collars with their trail names on them too. So we put these on only when we're through hiking. So here's Pickles.
They're super content to not be walking right now.
Gunther lives in the tall grass.
I think this is day 7 and we're like 1 day away from 0 and they know it.
Yeah, you can feel a 0 day coming.
Yeah.
So you guys are hiking what trail?
So we're on the Colorado Trail and we're doing the north half. So basically, we popped in right after Bailey because of the heat for the dogs, and then we'll pull off at Monarch. And then last year we did Durango to Monarch.
Nice, nice. And is this your first attempted through trail, or have you done others?
You know, we've done some hiking in like the Wind River Range with Gunther before we had Wallace, or I guess Buckets before we had Pickles. If we want to keep to it. And that was great. That was 5-7 days, something like that. And then last year, the southern half of the CT was our first real, let's push through for 2 weeks.
Now, do you have any other trails after this one that you're forecasting yourself that you want to do?
You know, not necessarily. We're going to kind of see what we want to get this done. And then we have that first 40 miles that we skipped. We're going to wait for the fall and when Buffalo Creek starts to get a little cooler. Because it's the water and the heat is what really gets these guys. So we'll finish up that 40 miles, call the Colorado Trail done sections, and then go from there. Yeah, see what's next.
Start looking for the next one.
Have you ever thought about doing like PCT, AT, or CDT with the doggos? Or without?
Maybe. I mean, this 12 days on a trail is a sweet spot for these dogs.
Yeah.
Because that accumulated fatigue, you can start to see it. Like at the end, they're like don't want to get out of the tent in the morning.
Sure.
And they're just in their sleeping bags. So we'll kind of see. Buckets has a bad foot, so we're going to try to fix that while we're taking our 0 day or 2. But since we live on the trail, we can just go home, which is pretty cool, and heal them up and then get them ready to go again.
Dude, right on.
Hell yeah. I see you have a rough wear Palisade. We have one of these for our dog too. How do you guys like it for the doggo?
It's great. This one's been really good for him in particular because you can, it's modular, which is nice. You can leave the harness piece on the whole time. And the capacity is crazy on this thing.
Yeah,
and he's a little tank, so Pickles can carry a lot of capacity. Bucket's not so much. He's more of a lightweight guy.
That's amazing. Have you guys, I guess us hiking together, we have found that there's highs and lows as a couple, but do you feel like it's drawn you closer together whenever you guys do this? Like, I feel like it did for us, but do you have any stories or any thoughts?
Oh man, I don't know if we have any stories, but we've been married 16 years now.
Yeah.
And we honeymooned in Nepal. We did a trek in Nepal. So that was probably our early on learning experiences.
It's her learning.
I've come a long ways. I've come a really long ways from my honeymoon.
I've always been kind of a dirtbag, so a long time like climber, like lived in cars, whatever, and she was not.
Yeah.
And so the first day in Nepal, her bag was on top of a van and got shit on by chickens, like a lot of shit.
By chicken?
Everything I had for like the entire 2 weeks was just covered in chicken shit, and I was like, I might have made a mistake. I don't know. And Michael knows enough to just give me some space. I had a little washcloth and a little thing of Bronner's, and I was like, I can fix this.
Oh.
And he's like, and I do not need to be there while she fixes this. And that was probably the right call.
And it never happens to my stuff. My stuff always stays clean. Even though I'm the dirty
dirtiest
one.
guy I know, and somehow his stuff is like spotless, and mine is just covered in shit.
That's actually pretty funny because I hate things to be dirty, and my stuff somehow stays clean on trail. But also, like, all your stuff ends up with holes or rips and tears, and you don't even carry a knife on you. I don't know how this happens.
I know, it really does happen. Like, I've gone through so many sleeping pads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know how this happens at all. I get holes or little slices in them, and I'm like, I don't even have anything to puncture it. But, yeah.
But no, chicken shit is a new one for us. That's never happened. Well, do you have anything else you wanted to ask? Should we let them get back? Oh, yes. High and low of the trail so far.
So far, we were kind of in this whole thing since we're doing it in sort of a different way. And last year was the south section, and it's so incredibly beautiful. And we were like, man, we know this north section, sort of, right? We live in Salida, whatever. You're in at least the Arkansas Valley area, but we know really well. But finally, when we pulled out of Copper and got up to, what's the pass? Or just an S? Cyril Pass.
Yeah.
Cyril Pass or whatever. We're like, oh, this is like the South San Juans. Like, it was so beautiful. That cirque is like incredible.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, now we feel good again. Like, we're out of the forest. We're out of like the craziness that is like Breckenridge and Copper, which we were like really psyched for a Burgundy beer and Copper, but we were also just like, all the people.
Totally
and so it was good to get out and get up in the high alpine. So
Sure.
And yesterday we all kind of had a low spot with feet. Gunther had a little sore on his foot. I've got some blisters coming from an insole that's a little wonky. Michael was walking like a toddler. We were joking just due to feet.
Like stumps.
So yesterday we were sort of like, today's a low spot for feet. Just like feet and legs. Although Pickles is a tank. I don't think Pickles has ever had a low point in his life. So he's fine.
Pickles would just walk on bloody nubbins if he had to.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Cool. Well, dude, thank y'all so much for being on the podcast. Enjoy the rest of your Coors Banquet, and happy trails.
Thanks for your trail magic.
Yeah, no worries. Anytime. Cool. All right. I am here with
Abby Donahue, trail name Gabs.
Gabs. Welcome, Gabs. Thanks for stopping by. What trail are you hiking?
I am through hiking the Colorado Trail, started in Denver, heading towards Durango.
Perfect. And how long have you been on trail?
We have been on trail for, I think, 12 days now. 12 or 13, it blends together.
12 or 13 days. A lot can happen in 12 or 13 days. So you have to have like a high and a low of the trail so far. What is it?
Oh yeah, I totally have a high and a low. So this is my first through hike, and the learning curve has been steep. My low has definitely been, I had really bad heel pain.
Happy trails.
And switched my shoes in Breckenridge and was like limping into town, had to take a few unexpected zeros, which like mentally was crushing, because I was like, oh my God, I want to do every mile and, you know, like do it. But the rest was like so helpful. And so that was definitely a low of having, I think, mentally thinking like, oh, it might be over, or this could be the end of the line if I don't rest. So high has definitely been getting back on trail, and been back on trail for I think 4 or 5 days now, and not having pain and getting the mental space back to like enjoy the scenery and talk to people and not have pain be the central experience is like such a high.
Question on that, actually. So I know whenever we would take maybe a 0 or a double, getting back on trail, there was always like a weird sense of anxiety just before you get back on and start walking again. Did you feel that after your multi-zeros and Breckenridge?
Oh yeah, I totally felt that. I think mine was definitely, it was a little bit related to creature comforts. Like, oh, I just had a bed and it was so nice and now I'm leaving it. But I think the biggest thing was just being hyper conscious of, am I feeling any pain? Oh, that crunch, was that, you know, a new injury, something to come that's going to become worse, and then I'm going to be off the trail for a different reason. I think the anxiety was definitely like every step, how am I feeling? Is this trending upwards or downwards? Which was not a healthy mindset. And now being back on trail, I've realized like things definitely come and go in waves.
For sure.
So things change so quickly day to day.
So in the 12-ish days that you've been on the CT, what's one bit of advice you would give to folks who are, I guess, wanting to do a thru hike or kind of maybe hesitant and being talked out of it by themselves?
Okay, I would say just go for it. I think you can plan and read about it and think I'm this amount prepared. You will always meet people who are, you know, way more prepared than you. You will also meet people who have done nothing. And like getting to come out in the trail and realizing you are capable is huge. So I think anyone thinking about it, just do it.
Sage advice. And last bit, have you ever kissed the Blarney Stone in Ireland? It gives you the gift of Gab, and since your trail name is Gabs.
I have not, but now I need to go do that.
Yeah, you should look it up. I would sanitize it before you kiss it. Yes. But yeah. Dude, Gabs, thank you so much.
Happy to be on the podcast. Thanks, y'all, for the amazing trail magic.
Right on. Happy trails. So we are here with probably the last interview of our trail magic today, Clay Bonnyman Evans, a.k.a. Pony. P-O-N-N-Y? P-O-N-Y. Wow, I can't even spell pony. Anyways, Clay, or Pony, has done a significant amount of hiking in his career, and he is also a married hiker, but he is not hiking with his partner. So we want to pick his brain a little bit about that, just because Basecamp and I have really only done hiking together except for the Colorado Trail, and that was extremely difficult for us. I guess, Clay, first off, you just want to talk about what your backpacking experience is and long-distance hiking, and we can kind of just go from there.
Well, I was a Boy Scout in Boulder, Colorado, and did a 50-miler. So I guess it started when I was 12. But honestly, I didn't really do this kind of through hiking, long distance hiking. 2015, I did the Colorado Trail. Sure. At age 53, or maybe it was 50s. It's funny that I never did it before because I had been writing about outdoor stuff and I knew about it. And since then, I have done the Appalachian Trail, the Foothills Trail in South Carolina, the Pinhoti Trail, Alabama, Georgia, the Pacific Crest Trail. Fingers crossed, in about 4 or 5 days I will be done finally with the Continental Divide Trail. I've done the Cape Wrath Trail in Scotland, which is really cool. Everybody should look that one up. I have done 350 miles on what's known by almost nobody as the Great Plains Trail in South Dakota and Nebraska. Probably more, but all that's been in the last 9 years.
That's quite the impressive resume you have there. I guess my next question is, how long have you been married and how has it been hiking with or without your spouse, if she or they have been on any other hikes with you, and just kind of what that experience has been for you?
It's really hard for me because I have two completely separate lives. My wife comes from New York, but I met her in Boulder, where I'm from. She went to the University of Colorado. She hates mountains. She will say that to you. She doesn't, if we drive from South Carolina, where we live part of the year, back to Colorado, she thinks going through Nashville is hell, because she thinks that's mountains. So it's just not her thing. And yet I have to do this kind of thing, whether it's climbing 14ers. I have one left, which I've had for years.
Which one?
Snowmass. I just never get around to it. I'm
You
gonna
gotta get
get
a
it.
permit now just to even get to the Snowmass approach.
I'm gonna come up the backside, the south side, and
Good
just
for
do
you.
it. Boom,
Good.
boom,
Good for
boom.
you.
Yeah. So it's actually, it sucks.
Yeah.
Because if I'm hiking, I'm engaging in this big part of me that I love, but there's a big hole in it. And if I'm at home, that's the other part of my life I love. Being with my wife and my dogs too, but I'm not moving, I'm not in the mountains. So it's not easy. And she really just didn't have really much to do with it at all. But halfway through the PCT, we were feeling our absence from each other. And she came up with the idea of making and dehydrating food for me. And so she will tell you straight up, she loves to do it. And she says it helps her feel like she's part of the hike. And I eat better than anybody on the trail. It's just awesome vegetarian meals and like little muesli things and little quinoa puddings. It's all vegetarian.
Yeah.
So honestly, it sucks. I tried to talk her into I was like, you could do the Camino, right? She's like, nope.
No mountain.
I'm staying on the beach. I'm okay, whatever. So yeah, it is difficult. And I don't like being away from her, but I have a Garmin. We talk. Mm-hmm. I get a hotel room wink when I get to town. You know what I mean? Sometimes.
Yes. No, thanks for sharing that. And like I said, most of our hiking has been together, but whenever we did go through that Colorado Trail experience, I was hiking, base camp was working. It was hard. She's jealous.
I was very jealous.
She still wants to go and do a hike by herself, which she is completely permitted to do. Not that I have to permit her.
By yourself.
Yeah, I'll just do 6 months by myself.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be painful.
That would be painful. I do have a question.
Yeah.
What is a piece of, since you've done so many of these trails, what's a piece of gear that you cannot live without? Like one.
This has been my answer for a few years, and people are super disappointed by it. I used to have a BioLite 200, and now I have a BioLite 350 headlamp, rechargeable headlamp. Yeah. I feel like they were the first ones who came out with that. It's super lightweight and it's rechargeable. I will not be caught dead without it charged and ready to go. It is just the best, most reliable thing. I absolutely love my BioLite 350 headlamp.
What's a luxury item that you love, that you carry, that you know you don't need it, but...
So, yeah, I could take notes on my phone, and I do during the day. But for me, being a wee child of the 70s, me putting pen to paper matters. Yeah. So I have a paper journal and a space pen, and every single night, whether I'm cowboy camping, in a hostel or tenting, whatever, I take notes from the day. So I have little high points or things I don't want to forget on my phone, but I think I would hate it, like just doing only the phone. Is that extra weight? Yeah, but it's worth it to me.
Yeah, we know plenty of people who carry physical books, pen, paper, watercolor kits, like you name it. It's little luxuries on trail and things like that that kind of keep you sane and grounded sometimes. Two other questions that I have. One is, you said you're a child of the 70s. How old are you exactly?
62.
62. On the PCT, we came across this hiker. His name was Steely Dan. We met him at Bird Spring Pass, and he was in his early 70s doing a section hike, and that is so inspirational. I guess one of my fears is that whenever I get older in years, that I won't be able to hike to the same level that I do now. And what do you have to say about hiking, I guess, past your 30s, since we're like both 36 right now?
Well, I've done it all my life, and I just do it. And I'm a runner. Look at the air quotes. You guys can see them, and you listeners can't. But and I don't know. I've just stayed in shape, and I did grow up at the foot of the Rocky Mountains. So I think you can do it. I'll tell you a quick story. So I was on the AT. There's a monastery in New York, and they let you camp on their baseball field. Why do the monks have a baseball field? But anyway.
Why not?
And I was sitting at the table, and there were some people, and there was an older guy. He said he was 69 talking. And it turned out he was from Boulder, where I'm from. He does not like trail names. His name is Alan Carpenter. He asked my real name, and first of all, he said, no, you're not, because I used to write for the newspaper, and he just didn't believe me, which is weird. I was like, so who would be weird enough to like impersonate an obscure newspaper columnist from Boulder, like at a monastery in New York? She's like, no, you're right. So Alan was 69. He retired at 65 from the Nature Conservancy. So he went out to do the PCT. He fell down on a snowshoe, broke his leg, got medevaced out, came back the next year and finished. Then he was doing the AT. He has ridden his bike across the country, San Diego to Jacksonville, twice. He has ridden up the West Coast and down, so that's twice. And he is still working on the CDT because he keeps having bad luck, but he's on the CDT now. He's now 74 or 75 years old. And you know what? He does 20-mile days. So I don't even feel like I'm that old. I know people think I'm old. I do not feel old. But Alan, there's a guy who did it all after 65. So I think it is possible. And my genuine opinion is just keep yourself fit in general, and you should be able to keep doing it.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
You know, there might be injuries, but
it's good advice.
The sage advice.
Yeah. I do worry about like My wife says, "Oh my God, if you ever like break your leg or you can't run and hike and stuff, we can't be married anymore because she knows I will drive her insane."
Yeah.
She also told you if you get Giardia or E. coli again, she's going to divorce you.
Is what we have learned in Trail Magic Day. For people who listen to our podcast, these are thru hikers. These are people who want to hike. These are people who are weekend hikers but may want to do a longer trail. They're scared to do it or they don't know where to start. What advice?
I like to call them hiker hopefuls.
Hiker hopefuls. Yeah. What advice would you give to people who are wanting to do a thru hike?
Wow. I think you guys can tell I'm full of words. So there's so many different things, but I guess so 2 things I will start with, and I mean this sincerely. This is not just smoke blowing. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it as long as they don't have a physical situation that doesn't allow them to hike. I have seen people in astoundingly poor shape be courageous and start a long trail and by the end of it look like a golden god or goddess.
Yeah.
It is doable. Yeah. People on the AT were doing 4 or 5 miles a day.
Yeah.
And then by Virginia, they were hitting 20s.
Yeah.
Wow. So you can do it. I guess what I would say is read about it. You can look at YouTube videos and all that stuff. You can't really know, but get a sense of, does it seem interesting to you? And then my strong advice would be pick a shorter trail to do. Like if you are just absolutely dead set on doing like a thru hike, something that people think of as a thru hike, I would recommend the Colorado Trail. If you don't like the Colorado Trail as a almost 500-mile adventure, you're not going to like anything else.
Yeah.
You're just not. It's well cared for. It goes through beautiful country. And I have this thing that I call the ratio of reward to effort.
Yeah.
On the AT, that's quite low. On the CT, it's quite high.
It is.
So in other words, yeah, you're going to be tired. You're going to be going up and down mountains and stuff. But you also have eye candy every day. It's a really sweet trail. You could also do something even shorter, especially for people who think they want to do the AT. There's a 76-mile trail in western South Carolina called the Foothills Trail. It's sort of like a crystallized version of the Southern Appalachian Trail. Go do that one. You're going to climb the highest point in South Carolina. You're going to see the river they filmed part of the movie Deliverance on. No, I heard no banjos, I swear. And however many days it takes you, if you're not really into that, do not start the AT.
Yeah.
So that's kind of that.
You've written books, multiple books, and you've done a lot of writing in your past. And I think if someone's taking the time to do that, it should be known. So I guess my last question was, would you just mind talking about what you've written and where people can find you?
So yeah, I'm a writer. I've written a bunch of books in my life. Some are out of print. And then I've been self-publishing some hiking books in recent years. So the easiest way to find me, you don't have to use Amazon because we all know. You know, whatever bookseller you would use online, look for my middle name. And my name is Clay Bonnyman Evans. Bonnyman. Just plug Bonnyman in. In fact, if you plug that name in just Google, you're going to see a bunch of stuff about books and hiking and work that I've done. So that's really the way to go. And of course, I'm trying to finish the CDT, which has been fighting me very hard not to finish it. And close. I'm very close. And I imagine I'll write a book about that too.
Dude, thank you so much. You've obviously been on podcasts before.
I have been on a lot of
I can tell.
I've been talking, according to my mom, since I was like 1. Never stopped.
Thank you so much for letting us interview you. We really appreciate it. And happy trails, finishing up the CDT.
And
Can't
remind me
wait.
the name of the podcast. I need to get one of your.
It's Yeti Walks into Basecamp.
Oh, okay.
Well, folks, we hope you enjoyed that slightly novel episode from Yeti Walks into Basecamp. Novel means new, if you didn't know that, but it also is a type of book, so food for thought right there. If you liked that style of episode, let us know if you like the little mini episodes or not. And you can do that in a couple of different ways. You can make Basecamp super happy and reach out to our email, which is just yetiwalksintobasecamp@gmail.com, or you can reach out to our Instagram, which is @yetiwalksintobasecamp, or our main one, which is @theginger_and_the joy. All these things can be found in the show notes, but we would love to hear from you one way or another. Now, I just wanted to give a real quick shout out to The Fire Once Lost. For our intro and our outro music, we use the Appalachian Trail soundtrack from their album. Love it, love the artist, love the vibes. Is that all? I think that's about all, right? It's kind of sad not having Basecamp here, but that's okay. That's okay. the show must go on, right? That being said, can you imagine what we said to each of those hikers that we interviewed whenever we were basically seeing them back off and they were heading on to finish their hike off on the trails? I think that we said, happy trails.